that. And we have to start the role of faith, Shraddha. The most valuable spiritual quality. Chandogya talks about it. Chandogya Upanishad says, Shraddhasva Saumya. Saumya means my Saumya means my beloved, my dearest, my closest. Yeah. Shraddhasva Saumya. Shraddhasva Saumya means it's a famous statement in Chandogya. Shraddhasva Saumya. Shraddhasva Saumya means I have Shraddha. I have Shraddha, my dearest. Tejo. Shraddhasva Saumya. Bhagavad Gita emphasized Shraddhavan Labate Jnanam. Oh God. At least 2-3 times I feel like saying this in every classroom, isn't it? Shraddhavan Labate Jnanam. Ajnanascha Ashraddhadanascha Samshayatma Vinashyati. Look at that. Ajnanascha. Ajnanascha means the ignorant one, the foolish one, the deluded one. Ashraddhadanascha, the one who doesn't have Shraddha, Samshayatma. If you don't have, so the person of Ajnanam and Ashraddha will be Samshayatma. What does Samshayatma means? Samshayatma. In English, they say doubting Thomas, no? Doubting Thomas. That is Samshayatma, doubting Thomas. Ashraddha Dana Purusha. How many times he uses the word Ashraddha in Bhagavad Gita? Shraddhavan Labate Jnanam, he says once. And the word Ashraddha, he points about many a times. The one without Shraddha will not progress spiritually. That's all it meant. The one without Shraddha will not progress spiritually. At the same time, it's a very subtle qualification. At the same time, Shraddha is a very, at the same time, you have to understand, Shraddha is a very subtle qualification. It's very subtle. It is too difficult to understand the principle of Shraddha and cultivate Shraddha. Because if you want to cultivate Shraddha, you need to understand the principle of Shraddha. Isn't it? Generally, Shraddha is translated as faith. And in thinking, faith is inimical to thinking. Correct? In thinking, faith is seen as inimical to thinking. Faith, belief, all this is seen as inimical to thinking. So we have a very big colossal misunderstanding. What is it? Thinking means science, faith and belief means religion. Thinking means science. Faith and belief means religion. Because both are two opposite things, religion and science always has to be in, always they have to fight with each other, because one is talking about thinking, another is talking about faith. Religion, Vedanta, the Vedas see Shraddha differently. The science sees Shraddha differently. Two diametrically opposite approaches to this ability or in a human being called as Shraddha, the capacity to trust, the capacity to trust. The capacity to trust, is it created or inborn? The capacity to trust, is it created or inborn? It is inborn. It's not created, it is inborn. As a child, you trust. When the father is throwing the child up in the air, the child is smiling, laughing. When somebody throws me up, I am screaming in fear. What is the difference? When somebody throws me up in the air, I am screaming in fear and crying. I am screaming, isn't it? The child is smiling, laughing, enjoying. What is the difference? What is the difference? The father's hand is going to catch. So it's enjoying that. So the capacity to have faith, Shraddha is an inborn, inbuilt ability, and Shastra, Vedanta knows how to make proper use of this inbuilt facility. So we are born with three facilities inbuilt. What are the three inbuilt facilities we are born with? The capacity to feel, the capacity to think, the capacity to trust. Again, we are born with three. What are the three you are born with? The capacity to think, the capacity to feel, the capacity to trust. What all we are born with, the Vedas knows how to make use of it for our growth. All that we are naturally born with, none of it will be seen as inimical to one. Therefore, Shastra integrates all the three. What are the three that the Shastras integrates? The feeling, the emotions, the thinking, the intellect. So, Shraddha, the capacity to trust. Vedas looks Shraddha as a friend, not as an enemy. Therefore, it knows how to make proper use of it. Science says this is inimical. Therefore, don't trust. Don't. And the modern day people have this thing, what? Faith means it is understood as you are not supposed to question. Faith is understood as what? You are supposed not to question. So science says progress can happen only through questioning and inquiry. Therefore, faith that suppresses questioning and inquiry should be avoided. But again, you cannot avoid that. Why? Because it is an inbuilt, because it is inbuilt, and you need to know how to make proper use of it. Therefore, in the current topic, what is the current topic? The vital role of the intellect. Shraddha becomes a very important aspect of study. Shraddha becomes a very important aspect of study. The human being finds pride in saying, I am scientific. But the human being finds it very difficult to say, I am religious. The human being finds it very proud to say, I am an atheist, but very difficult to say, I am a theist. Have you ever observed it? If they find it so proud. Because of this, there is a lot of tremendous discomfort with the word Shraddha. There's a tremendous discomfort with the word Shraddha. In Vedas, what do? That which is the inbuilt, that which is an inbuilt quality, make proper use of it. Whenever these words Shraddha comes in the scriptures, all those who translate it in English will not translate the word Shraddha into English. They will just keep it. They will just keep the word. They will just keep the Sanskrit word as it is. They will not translate translate it to English. Have you noticed it? Shraddha will be kept as it is. Not they will not make an attempt to translate. Why they will not make an attempt to translate? Because it cannot be translated. Okay. Then there is no real English word for Shraddha in English. Why? Because in the English language, the principle of Shraddha doesn't exist. Their faith exists. But in our language, Shraddha exists. And there is a difference between faith and Shraddha. There is a very big difference between faith and Shraddha. Their faith exists or thinking exists. Both cannot be aligned. Both cannot coexist. Here, we don't, we have the word thinking and we have the word Shraddha. Now, what is Shraddha? Few more minutes I'll take and I'll explain, and then we'll continue later. And when we continue, we'll continue from the beginning again. Because after this, we will not be meeting for a few weeks. Amit, I'm going on a holiday. Therefore, since I am going on a holiday, no classes. When I come back, we'll restart again. And somebody remind me where I left. Otherwise, I'll start another story. And then, sir, that story you left halfway the story. So what is the story for today on Shraddha? The story for today on Shraddha is this. In the Vedic sense, in the Vedic Vedantic sense, Shraddha is the knowledge of a principle which is arrived at through a subtle form of inquiry. That is Shraddha. Again, Shraddha is knowledge of a principle. Shraddha means knowledge of the principle which is arrived through a very subtle form of inquiry. And you need extraordinary courage to be, you need lot of courage to have Shraddha. Because it has come through inquiry. What is Shraddha? Inquiry. Example, we'll continue again next week. Not next week, whenever. I don't know. Whenever Venkat decides we will meet, we will meet. Yeah, please tell Shankar. Venkat கிட்ட சொல்லுங்க. Whenever he decides only, we will meet. இன்னையோட நான் க்ளோஸ் பண்றேன். அவ்வளவுதான். Opening, he will decide. So before that closing, some subject thing. What is that inquiry? What is that inquiry upon which Shraddha is born? First question. Is the world existing and is it a fact? That's the question. Is the world existing and is it a fact? Science will say you are foolish even to ask this question because it is there. What is your problem? It is there. So the first question. So we said Shraddha means a inquiry, a knowledge of a principle that is born out of a very bold, courageous inquiry. What is bold, courageous inquiry? The courage that all that is so obvious, you have the courage to question that. That is called a conviction born out of this inquiry is called Shraddha, where everybody feels why to even question it. இதெல்லாம் time waste பண்ணக்கூடாது sir. Why waste time questioning all this? It's there, no. Are you able to follow? So first thing, what is Shraddha? Is the world existing and is it a fact?